What's going on, y'all? AttorneyTom here. In today's video, we are going to be reacting to smart people doing very smart things on TikTok. Okay, that was a lie.
Psych!
As always, I save the most upvoted video for the end, so stick around for that. Let's jump right into it.
Amazon HQ.
We try to give Alexa a bit of a sense of humor and a personality. And Alexa, tell me a Thanksgiving joke.
For Thanksgiving, can you let this Amazon worker have a day off?
That's funny.
Yeah.
I shouldn't be laughing. I just literally was not expecting that. As a plaintiff's attorney, I know a lot of employment plaintiff's attorneys, and I've spoken to them about the whole Amazon work conditions deal. And the problem, well, there's lots of problems, but let's just say this. Amazon does a very good job about covering their own butt. I'm not saying what they do is right. What I'm saying is they have an army of very sophisticated corporate lawyers who set up a structure in such a way that it's technically legal. Most of the time, not all the time. I'm just next video.
We have breaking space news. Astronauts on the International Space Station were instructed to put on their spacesuits, take refuge in their capsules, and prepare for a possible impact. This is because Russia just shot down its own satellite in a controversial tactic called an anti-satellite test. It's something that many countries, including the United States, have done in the past. The remnants of this blown-up satellite have created a cloud of over 1,500 trackable debris and hundreds of thousands of smaller orbital debris. Just for reference, this is what happens to aluminum when it's hit by just half of an ounce of plastic, traveling at speeds slower than what the ISS travels.
What?
The ISS is passing through this cloud of debris every 90 minutes, which threatens all 7 astronauts on board.
Okay, hypothetical. Let's say there was an accident. The ISS was hit by these projectiles. Could the astronauts sue Russia? And the answer to that is actually a lot more practical than you might think. We could go into a whole video about international treaties, international law. Maybe there's some cause of action under international law. The reality is even if there is a cause of action under international law, how are you going to get them to pay or face any sort of consequence? And that's basically the biggest crux of international law. Is if a country doesn't agree with a ruling, they can just say, hey, we don't recognize it. See ya.
See ya.
Hey girls, which way did that kid run? Yeah, which way did he run?
30 minutes later? Damn. Okay, say what you want about running from the cops. The kid was committed. 30 minutes in a trash can? Come on. By that point, you just gotta let him go. Especially if it's something minor. Playing it cool as he walks away. Now, I'm not saying run from the police. In fact, I would go as far as to say the opposite. Do not run from the police, because if you get caught, guess what? You're going to get additional charges for evading the police. So my tip would be don't run from the police, but if you're going to run from the police, don't get caught.
Oh, she called me.
Oh, woo! Yeah, imagine explaining that to the insurance company. Yeah, State Farm. I was riding my motorcycle, everything was cool, and then a cow ran in the middle of the road.
You're done. You're done.
This is why I tell y'all time and time again not to ride motorcycles. It doesn't need to be your fault to get seriously injured. 1 minute you're riding a motorcycle, the next a cow is in the middle of the road.
Mom, the cops are coming.
That's actually pretty good. You might walk past that. Again, I'm not saying run from the police, but it is funny.
That time we gave our dad a peaceful send-off.
Donnie! Donnie!
Good night, sweet prince.
This aggression will not stand, dude. But there's no case here. Who's gonna sue? The dad? Is that defective? Is there something? Okay, hypothetical. Let's say you're on that ride and you just happen to get on the one seat that is defective and keeps twirling around and you suffer injuries. Could you sue? I would argue potentially yes. It would be a product defect. Your roller coaster ride was defective, spinning you around, causing you injuries. Now, I don't know why just hers was doing that, but, you know, I'm no engineer. She's probably doing it on purpose. But you get the point. I'm trying to make fun hypotheticals. Stop prosecuting this. Oh. So could she sue? Let's watch it one more time. Okay, so I would argue being in an orchestra is not a contact sport. You don't consent to being hit. Now, this was clearly an accident, but that is basically the definition of negligence. What would a similar person in the same or similar circumstance do? I would argue that a similar drummer in the same or similar circumstance wouldn't let go of the drumstick and it go and fly and hit her. Maybe. And of course, I can already see the keyboard warriors typing. She really wasn't that badly hurt. And I can see that. I can see that. But there's two different prongs to this. It's one, can you win? And if two, you do win, how much can you recover in damages? And obviously, if you can't recover a lot in damages, there's really no point in suing. Because what is, you know, an ouchie or a bobo worth? It's probably not a lot, which is why you need significant injuries to justify getting lawyers involved. Knowledge hammer for even doubting me. And knowledge hammer for not liking this video yet.
Troublesome manager and investment group are about to be sued for 9 figures. Apparently buyers feel as if...
This is an interesting Taylor Swift legal update, and I'm still trying to confirm this information. By the sounds of it, it sounds like Scooter and others may be getting sued for misrepresenting that Taylor would not re-record the album and that it's not going to be valued as much now because she did re-record it. I'm going to look into this a little further and see if I can find the lawsuit if it is filed. So I'll let you know what I find.
That would make total sense. I could absolutely see that lawsuit. For anybody who doesn't know, Taylor Swift wanted to buy her music back. The guy who owned her music, his name was Scooter, didn't want to sell it to her. He sold it to somebody else. So she recreated her own music, thus devaluing her old records because Taylor Swift fans are very loyal to her. And basically they only stream Taylor's versions of the songs, Taylor's versions in parentheses. So if the person who bought the music, could they sue Scooter for selling them basically a catalog of songs that wasn't going to be worth a lot because Taylor devalued them? And the answer is maybe. It depends. It depends on what was represented in the contract negotiations. Did Scooter know that Taylor Swift was going to record her own music, thus devaluing the current catalog? And if so, did he disclose that? If he didn't disclose that, I could absolutely see a lawsuit. And it's not just did he know, should he have known? That is actually a very interesting case, and I think it's a case that could very well be won by the plaintiffs. Fun fact, my girlfriend and I went to go see Taylor Swift when she was on her Reputation tour. One of the 5 best nights of my life. And in case anybody's asking, I totally keep up with the Taylor Swift drama all on my own and not because of my girlfriend. I actually really enjoy all the Taylor Swift updates that I constantly get. Oh! Yeah. You know what? Runaway tires are actually a thing. I'm dealing with a wrongful death case right now involving a runaway tire that left off of a semi-truck and killed a pedestrian. So they're real. They are real and they are crazy. Thank God this guy had video footage because, like I said, explaining that to your insurance company, they're not going to believe you. Oh, yeah? You want us to fix the front of your house? You say a tire flew out from the street? Yeah, right. You're trying to scam us. Well, Insurance companies are evil, by the way. All right, y'all, it's time for the very last video, the most liked video of the week.
It's been a long time since I killed a Jedi.
Woo! Okay, one more time. One more time. Okay, so hypothetical. Could the cameraman potentially sue successfully? And probably not. This player was in the course and scope of their game. It's foreseeable that players run off in the close vicinity of the field when they're running out. He is assuming the risk as a cameraman. That sometimes just happens. This was not intentional. This was during the course and scope of the game. The injury happened as a result of the course and scope of the game. Probably nothing you can sue over, but we're gonna watch it again because it's funny. Funny, and a little bit serious. He got clocked. All right, y'all, that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. My goal is always to make content worthy of your time. Leave any comments, questions, concerns down below at the bottom. Be sure to get to them. All right, y'all, talk to you soon. Bye.
He's a catastrophic injury attorney who accidentally became a YouTuber. Attorney Tom.